Hey guys, it's Jake. I just wanted to let you know I'm starting my drive down to Atlanta, Georgia so that I can go to the NX launch session. I'm going to go down there and learn a little bit about it from Lexus Corporate, and I'm going to be able to drive it. So I know you've seen them online already, but this will be from my perspective. I'll try to capture as much as I can with my own phone. I'm not sure if they're going to let me, but you know me, I try to give you as much information as I can when I get it. So anyways, here we go. Okay guys, so I'm here with the NX and I wanted to show you the digital latch system in action. So right here, I can actually put my finger right here and just pull on this, and I cannot open the car unless I put my fingers on the touchpad that's back there, and I can just press it very gently and it opens up by itself. So again, it's got about this much space where it's got a little touchpad on it, and you just put your fingers on that and it just pops open. But on the outside of that, you can literally pull and hang on it and it won't open because it's not like a lever, it's just a button. So really nice technology there. All right, so with this new digital latch system, the idea is to just push a door out, because we've been used to pulling a handle and then pushing, but now we just push this and now we get out. Okay, so I'm looking at the NX 350 F Sport. So see the seat pattern? This is actually almost identical to the ES F Sport seat pattern as well, with same with the F embossed here and this pattern right here. Yep, that's just like the ES F Sport. Also on this NX 350 F Sport, you can see the gloss black window trim right here, and then the black roof rails. So that's something that a lot of people have been asking Lexus to do. Also, I noticed the black contrast on the top and the bottom of the handles, and this is a very nice sparkle on this car. I don't feel like the ultra white used to be that sparkly. Okay, so some people on other reviews were wondering how to recline the second row on the NX. It's actually up here now instead of on the side where it used to be. So what you do is you grab this and you can set it at the more upright position. But if you grab this, push it back a little further, now you can see it set back in a little bit more. In my opinion, that's not the most convenient way to recline a seat, but at least it has the option. Okay, with the power folding second row, you can actually raise the seat with that button right there. You can raise the seat from the buttons in the back. You can raise the seat manually, or you can raise the seat from in the front. So if I push this here.
So what that does is actively let you use this with gloves on, and also the touch.
That's nice.
Yeah. So.
Okay, because I deal with Lexus every single day, I know that this is a much faster lift gate than it used to be. Lifting and closing, it's, yeah, way faster. That's really nice. All right, guys, so this is the Mark Levinson sound system. We have a memory system over here. We have a brand new steering wheel. I love this one. It's got a bunch of new features to control the heads-up display. Here's your digital rear view mirror. This is amazing. This is the normal view, right? And then this is gonna be your digital rear view mirror. So clear. There's your 14-inch display. It's massive. Down here, we've got cup holders. We have terrain settings. Then we have the wireless charger. You set it on there, you slide it, hides it so you can use that space. Then when you're ready to grab your phone, you just press it again, grab your phone. Again, one more view of that 14-inch display. Up here, we have the heads-up display. This is so crisp and so clear. And again, it has so much customization, it's amazing. Okay, so I just found out that the NX has a parking package, and what they're going to demonstrate now is the advanced park, which means that it will self-park. I've seen this done on a Prius before. It used to be on the Lexus LS 500, so we're going to watch how the NX does it. It can do a parallel park, it can do a back-in parking into a traditional spot, and it can do a nose-in parking to a traditional spot. It also has remote parking, which is when you're outside the vehicle and you use your phone to actually draw the vehicle out of its spot. We aren't going to see that today, but this is going to be a demonstration of the advanced park. Okay, one more thing I found out about the advanced parking and the parking package is that one, you have to have either the 350H or the 450H Plus because it uses the electric motors in assisting that parking. It's not something you're going to see very often. It'll be very top of the line. So 350H or 450H Plus, luxury package, vision package, and parking package in order to get that.
Perfect. So you're going to stay with your foot on the brake,
Yep.
and it's going to stay in drive. You can enable advanced park while being in drive or reverse, but you can't park from park.
Okay.
So your foot's on the brake. Do you see this temperature gauge on your side?
Correct.
Beneath it, do you see that P with the steering wheel on it?
I do.
You're going to press that button. Okay. So this is an aerial view of us. So it's utilizing 4 panoramic view cameras to stitch together that image. This is a side profile view of us, and this is like future us. So we're superimposed into the spot that it's identified the dimensions are adequate for us to park. And you have the option, it's giving you 2 options here. So if you click that lower P, it moves it on the screen too.
So you can select. No, this may be a weird question. I apologize. Will it always only prompt you with 2 options based off where you are, or would it highlight 3 to 4? Or
no, I mean most of the time it does 3 or 4, and sometimes it picks up the spots to the left too.
Got it.
It gives you the option to park over there. But right now it's only giving us 2.
Inside,
So how you designate nose in or reverse is that lower left arrow. Do you see that bumper with the black arrow? You're going to click on that, and then you'll see the image has changed. So that's going to be nose in parking, and that's going to be reverse in. So we're going to do nose in, so click one more time. And then when we begin, I just want you to know that technically you could always take over, right? Like you're supervising the technology even though it's parking for you, but you will not touch the steering wheel or the brake, and then once it's done, it'll put itself into park for you, okay? I would like for you to hover your foot over the brake as a preventative measure, and should I tell you to brake, please do.
Copy.
So your foot's on the brake right now. You're going to touch that start icon, that blue start icon, and then just release completely. Release the brake. So it will automatically steer for you, change gears for you, accelerate and brake for you. And it's utilizing those 4 panoramic view cameras and also 12 ultrasonic sensors to test the dimensions of the spot and any objects that we have in the area. And so that blue highlighted area is always where it's going to intend on parking to. And it takes away like a certain layer of maybe uncertainty with your guests if they're trying the technology for the first time. If you follow along on the screen, you can always anticipate what the vehicle's intending on doing. And if the sensors go off or are chiming, you always know what it's detecting as well. And so advanced park is now finished. It's put itself into park for you, and then it shows you a 360-degree view of where we're situated in the space that we parked. And essentially, if you were grocery shopping or running errands, you could hop out of the vehicle at this point and just go do what you have to do, go on with the rest of your day. Obviously, if there were vehicles situated next to us, the way that it maneuvers in order to get in would be a little bit different.
So the next thing we're going to be able to do is we're going to drive 3 different competitors. We're going to drive the Acura RDX, the Mercedes GLC 300, and the Audi Q5. And we're going to get to drive the NX on this closed course track. It's going to be really fun. I can't wait to try all the different ones. We already did sort of a competitor's comparison on just features, and the NX definitely has a lot coming to the table, especially because of the power rear folding seats, the cargo space, the 14-inch screen, the digital rearview mirror, the heated and ventilated seats up front, heated seats in the rear, things like that. So this is definitely going to be a car that other people are going to try to catch up to now, whereas Lexus has a lot of times in the past been sort of a little bit behind on the technology because they always try to make it perfect. Well, now we've jumped ahead a little bit, and I think you guys are really going to love the NX when you get your hands on it. Okay guys, so how do I wrap this up? Let's start with how the different drivetrains performed. First of all, I drove the NX 250 front-wheel drive and the NX 250 all-wheel drive. I would have to say that the steering and the braking, those were all excellent. That is definitely something that Lexus has nailed on the 2022 NX on all the drivetrains. The thing about the 4-cylinder without the turbo is that it is a little bit sluggish. It's still a little bit slow, kind of underwhelming, but that's not what it's made for. This specific model is to get buyers into the market at a lower price point so that they can start enjoying the benefits of the luxury that Lexus provides. And this car has so much luxury and technology, so they're really going to enjoy this one. Like when you floor it on the 4-cylinder, the 250, you hear it really trying to go, but it's just not accelerating very fast. But once you get going, it's still really great. And for an in-town car, like in the city, this would be a great car because it's good on gas mileage. It's still super luxurious, super great steering and braking, but just doesn't have that like super fast, takeoff speed. Now the NX 350 F Sport with the turbo on it, that one is probably my favorite to drive because one, it has 270 some horsepower. That's almost as much as the RX has now. The RX has 295. Now this is the NX and it's got a 273, I think. So that's really nice. There's way less drag time between flooring the pedal and having a response from the engine. So it really ramps up pretty quickly considering it is a turbo. And this concept Tazuna, which is, rider and horse connection, that's what that word comes from. They did driver and car for the Lexus driving signature. It's real. I mean, I drive a 2021 NX and I drove it 4 hours to Atlanta. I'm driving now this 2022 NX and I'm seeing how the steering wheel is just like one finger steering, especially at slow speeds, like really easy to move, easy to drive. The accelerator, again, has all the response that you need, and the braking is much more responsive. So like in my 2021, I press a decent amount of force before it starts to really grab. This one is like super light, like you can touch it just a little bit and it already knows exactly what you want to do, just like a horse would. You pull back a little bit on the reins and it already knows to slow down a little bit. You jerk on it, obviously he's going to stop, and that's how this car is. It's like every inch of movement for your foot on that brake pedal is giving you some kind of different braking power, and it's really easy to drive. Okay, so the 350H is probably the one I would buy, and here's why. One, it does come with all the you can get the luxury trim, you can get all the features on that one, plus it has the opportunity to have the vision package and the parking package. So with the hybrid, you can have self-parking not only in the car but outside the car with your phone, and you get 39 miles per gallon. For me, that's important. I do drive a lot, and it has 239 horsepower, which is only 2 less than my current NX, which is the turbo. So I'm currently driving a turbo getting 25 miles per gallon and have 241 horsepower. Now I could drive a hybrid with 239 horsepower and get 39 miles per gallon. So in my opinion, that's the direction I would want to go. And I didn't get to drive the plug-in hybrid, the 450H Plus, but it's going to be a long time before we get to see one of those things. So I guess you'll just have to check out other reviewers for that. That being said, okay, so they all drove amazing, and I actually got to drive the 350 F Sport on that closed track, comparing it to the Acura RDX, the Audi Q5, and the Mercedes GLC 300. All of those other cars had a lot of weight issues. Like, they just felt heavy, and they felt like they were rolling through the curves and braking, like a lot of diving and things like that, whereas the NX just felt like super zippy, like really light. I mean, it felt like it had a lot of power. It was very light, so like dodging in between curves and cones and things like that, it just was super easy to manipulate and whip around the corners. So it was by far the easiest and the best one. The one that I think I liked the most in driving was probably the Audi, but the one I liked the most in features and design was the Mercedes. next to the NX. But again, the NX blew them all out of the water with style, power, steering, braking, all that stuff. So now I could basically like cut right here and jump into the technology. Now on the NX, this is amazing because this is a preview of all the other vehicles that are going to come down the pike, like the RX. I know they're going to get revamped and they're going to have the same system in it, but the intelligence in this car is amazing. You have a huge 14-inch screen if you get that, and it has this you know, like voice recognition for everything, and all you have to say is, hey Lexus, clean my windshield, and it'll spray your windshield and wipe your windshield. Or hey Lexus, I'm cold, and it turns it up 4 degrees. Or hey Lexus, I'm a little cold, and it turns it up 2 degrees. You can say, hey Lexus, I need to find some flowers, and it'll pull up 14 different places that you could get flowers nearby. You can say, hey Lexus, put on Bruno Mars on Amazon Music, and it'll start playing it because it's integrated with Amazon Music and Apple Music. So you don't even have to have your phone. That's part of the car now. Also the wireless charging, the wireless Apple CarPlay, the digital latch system, that is such a cool feature. It just makes it feel super luxurious. I mean, you pushing a button to just gently open the car, and it has, of course, all the safety features too. So overall, I was super excited to get to go. I had a great time down there in Atlanta. Obviously, you can tell I'm pumped about the NX. I did a check this morning, and it said no results for any 22 NXs, any 22 ISs, any 22 LXs, any 22 LSs, LCs. I don't see any of those right now. So either they're not showing it to me in my search, or they just aren't making them yet. So right now we're still with the ESs, the RXs, the GXs, and a few UXs, I believe. But other than that, stay tuned. I have a little cherry on top for you right now. They are telling me down there that the RX is for sure going to be redone in 2023. He said by September, October, they're going to be on the ground. Now, he's not a production person, so he may be wrong about the timing, but it's going to be next fall that we get a new 2023 RX. What else did he say? We're working on hydrogen power. They're already kind of teasing us with that commercial for the ATV, but hydrogen power is coming, and we are working behind the scenes on fully electric vehicles. Like, you know, Lexus, they keep everything close to the chest. They're already talking about building their own batteries for hybrids, but also battery electric vehicles. And so don't worry, Lexus is working on this electrified market, and they're already making headway. They're just not announcing it. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and that way I can keep you updated with more info. You guys take care. This is Jake at Lexus of Cool Springs.